On March 15, 2023, in Fort Worth, Texas, a minor software update initiated by TechBridge Solutions, a technology firm that provides digital infrastructure for various municipal networks, marked the onset of a widespread crisis. TechBridge Solutions managed critical systems for multiple cities, overseeing services essential to public safety, utilities, and administrative functions. The company's proprietary platform was used to manage data transactions for emergency services, public works, and billing systems, making it integral to the seamless operation of urban life. During a routine assessment, engineers at TechBridge Solutions implemented an update intended to improve system performance. However, in this process, they overlooked a crucial security patch recommended by their software vendor. This negligence constituted a significant misconfiguration in the update procedures. The specific security vulnerability arose from an outdated library within their software framework, coupled with a failure to integrate the vendor's updated security practices into their operational checks. This oversight created an opening accessible through the platform's API, which had been configured without adequate permissions and logging protocols to detect irregular activities. As a result, this gap in defense mechanisms went unnoticed during initial checks. Within days, the ramifications of the update surfaced. By March 18th, the first measurable impact became evident. The platform experienced a surge in unauthorized access attempts, with automated scripts probing the vulnerable APIs. During peak hours, approximately 25,000 users utilized the digital infrastructure support for emergency response services. Nearly half of these requests began to fail, causing delays in dispatching vital resources like ambulances and police units. Service logs indicated a 60% increase in response times for emergency calls, leading to serious public safety concerns. Municipal leaders estimated potential losses of $1.2 million due to operational disruptions, chiefly affecting emergency services and public utility functions. As the internal reactions began to unfold, confusion engulfed the TechBridge Solutions teams. Employees flooded the incident response channel with messages, detailing their observations regarding the increasing failure rates. Some internal emails expressed alarm over the escalating issues, while others suggested that a simple restart of the affected servers could rectify the slowdown. However, assumptions about a temporary server overload undermined the urgency of the situation. By March 19th, the company attempted partial fixes by rolling back recent changes, believing this would alleviate the strain on the system. Yet, these measures failed to address the underlying vulnerability, prolonging the service disruption. External signals of trouble began to emerge concurrently. Users reported extensive failures in critical services. Local news outlets started to pick up on anecdotal accounts of delayed emergency responses, highlighting individual cases where calls to 911 took far longer than expected. Monitoring alerts escalated, with the cities served by TechBridge Solutions noticing spikes in traffic that did not correlate with legitimate user activity. A minor media mention questioned the reliability of the city's digital infrastructure, prompting an internal review by the affected municipalities. As days progressed and disruptions persisted, the sense of urgency heightened within TechBridge Solutions. Internal communications amplified, leading to more structured check-ins among the various municipal IT departments and TechBridge's technical team. By March the 21st, a team of engineers launched an investigation, beginning with a detailed review of the system logs. They aimed to identify the root cause of the unauthorized access attempts. What they soon uncovered was alarming. The vulnerability not only facilitated ongoing exploitation attempts, but also hinted at the possibility of a coordinated entry into the system. Late in March, external pressure mounted. The emergence of user reports and mounting media scrutiny forced municipal leaders into crisis discussions. Local officials faced public criticism regarding their cybersecurity measures, asserting that they had relied on TechBridge's assurances without demanding rigorous proof of security protocols. Executives from TechBridge Solutions prepared for press inquiries, but struggled to piece together a coherent narrative amid the increasing chaos. Meanwhile, early signs of more malicious intent came to light. Security researchers outside TechBridge's circles began noticing the vulnerabilities being exploited in other municipal networks across the country. Several entities reported suspicious activity tied to similar infrastructures. Speculation grew that attackers were mobilizing, recognizing a weakness that could potentially be leveraged across multiple municipalities. By the end of March, the enormity of the implications weighed heavily on all parties involved. TechBridge Solutions was facing an escalation that went beyond their internal remediation efforts. With the operational integrity of critical services compromised, the possibility of a full-scale ransomware attack loomed large. Officials began to prepare for the worst, organizing emergency meetings to assess their next steps. Tensions rose as both internal and external stakeholders recognized that neglect and complacency in digital security practices could lead to catastrophic consequences. The situation reached a critical point on April 1st, when multiple municipalities experienced a complete shutdown of their digital services due to a ransomware strain swiftly infecting TechBridge Solutions infrastructure. This attack locked key data files, rendering emergency response systems, municipal utilities, and public records inoperable. Doors to entire departments, including law enforcement and firefighting services, were effectively shut, forcing dispatchers to revert to manual processes. The cities affected experienced a dramatic 85% increase in emergency response times as a direct result of the breach. This escalation triggered an immediate financial assessment. Loss estimates soared to $4.5 million, accounting not just for lost service revenue, but also for expected fines, legal actions, and emergency outlays necessitated by the disruption. Fears of civil liability grew among TechBridge and municipal leaders as residents demanded accountability for the failure to adequately protect essential services. In response to the crisis on April 3rd, municipal authorities collectively issued formal notices to TechBridge Solutions, demanding an action plan and immediate remediation steps. Legal consultations began to outline potential negligence claims against the firm for inadequate security infrastructure. Local law enforcement agencies started preliminary investigations looking into both internal and external actors who may have facilitated or orchestrated the attack. Meanwhile, in the background, the FBI was alerted by several entities due to the cross-state implications of the attack. By April 5th, federal investigators, in coordination with cybercrime units, initiated operation protocols to track the source of the ransomware. TechBridge Solutions was compelled to cooperate fully, providing access to their systems and engaging third-party cybersecurity firms to ascertain the breadth of the compromise. As the investigation continued, evidence surfaced indicating that this ransomware variant had previously been discussed in underground forums, suggesting that attackers were exploiting a collection of vulnerabilities across multiple municipal networks. Security reports began to reflect the growing consensus that a coordinated attack was indeed underway. targeting multiple municipalities using similar infrastructure. By April 10th, the struggle against the ransomware escalation intensified. Emergency meetings among city leaders yielded a consensus to temporarily halt all interaction with TechBridge solutions to protect their networks from further exploitation. In contrast, public officials began to communicate with citizens via press conferences to keep them informed of ongoing efforts and alternative responses. During these sessions, it became clear that there was no immediate solution nor timeline established for recovery. Community unrest reached a boiling point, with significant protests emerging at city halls where citizen frustrations over vulnerability and perceived governmental negligence fueled public demonstrations. Local news amplified stories of how the ramifications of the attack impacted healthcare, law enforcement, and essential city services. Calls for resignations from both TechBridge executives and municipal leaders echoed across town streets. On April 15th, as mounting evidence began supporting allegations of negligence, TechBridge Solutions faced mounting pressure from business partners and stakeholders. Key investors initiated discussions about halting funding and formally severing ties with the firm, fearing reputational damage. Concurrently, local governments began filing subpoenas for internal communications that pinpointed decision-making failures leading up to the breach. A forensic audit was ordered to gain an understanding of workflow processes, security protocols, and patch update protocols that had been bypassed. As companies entered the exposure phase of the crisis, investigative journalists delved deeper into the narrative surrounding the oversight. Leaked communications detailed warnings from internal tech teams about vulnerabilities, raising serious questions about why such flagged issues remained unaddressed. An investigative report published on April 20th detailed these findings, providing damning insights into how miscommunication and underestimation of risks led to catastrophic failures for municipal services. Throughout the remainder of April, municipalities continued to grapple with severe access restrictions, forcing many to reestablish temporary manual systems. By early May, the true scale of the ransomware's impact was unmistakable. The inability to perform digital functions effectively halted operations and delayed crucial public services. On May 10th, TechBridge Solutions announced a restructuring plan in an attempt to mitigate further losses, which included the dismissal of senior leadership responsible for cybersecurity oversight. This restructuring plan was framed as a response to the outages, but potentially looked like a desperate measure to retain client trust amid scandal. However, the damage to their reputation surged as numerous affected municipal governments pushed back against continued partnership, citing failure to deliver essential services while prioritizing profits over security. On June 1st, local criminal charges against identified perpetrators linked to the ransomware emerged, leading to arrests across multiple states as law enforcement acted on coordinated intelligence. The tech industry watched closely, noting how negligence in cybersecurity practices, compounded by the failings of leadership, resulted in actual harm to cryptocurrency and ransomware ecosystems that preyed on vulnerable infrastructure. By the end of June, several municipalities completed the audits mandated by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security aimed at enhancing cyber resilience. As part of the new oversight, increased budget allocations for cybersecurity were instituted, resulting in technology upgrades that incorporated advanced threat detection protocols. In the months that followed, municipalities implemented sweeping policy changes aimed at rebuilding trust with citizens and ensuring better protection against future attacks. Service reliability improved incrementally, yet the reputational damage to TechBridge Solutions proved irreparable. By September 1st, TechBridge Solutions filed for bankruptcy, unable to recover from the financial and reputational fallout associated with the attack. In summary, the oversight of a simple security patch spiraled out of control, inciting a comprehensive crisis across multiple municipalities and leading to significant financial, operational, and reputational repercussions for affected entities. The entire incident culminated in the systemic collapse of TechBridge Solutions and enduring scrutiny into cybersecurity practices for municipal infrastructures. By October 1st, 2023, TechBridge Solutions ceased operations entirely, marking a definitive end to the company and a cautionary tale for sectors reliant on interconnected digital systems.